Hi guys, my name is Mark Roland G. Isiso and your host for tonight, and I will discuss the impact of the online classes to the student reasoning in the provinces by using the social analysis in the C Judge Act method. And if you are ready, let's go watch this video. Let's go!
This started because of the coronavirus outbreak. Lockdowns are implemented to prevent the spread of the virus. Schools were closed and face-to-face classes are prohibited in many areas. Because of that, schools have to continue and parents have to continue to pay for their children's education amidst the pandemic, and schools profit from it. The requirements or resources, however, that are needed to conduct online learning at home are quite costly and not everybody can afford it, especially those who are in remote areas, as you have to have stable internet connection or any gadget that will make online learning conducive. The Department of Education is responsible for the decisions made in connection with this. While it is their intention to provide quality education inside the comfort of our homes, the students who are in poor communities and remote areas were left out of the decision-making process, because if their situation were looked at, online learning would not be the way it is today. And life in the province is different from the life in the city, where everything is accessible and signal is not a problem. Other than that, according to ABS-CBN News, there are challenges that many students face, such as unstable internet connection, noisy community, lack of available space for studying, and difficulty in independent learning. And there's also a problem in loader data allowance, it being insufficient and unaffordable for some. So much so, this kind of decision is not of the students or their families, especially at this time wherein many parents could not afford to spend on gadgets, modules, or data. And the students were actually left with no choice but to abide by it. The reason being they don't want to be left behind. Many believe that the pandemic might last for a very long time and we could use this time to still get educated, and the Department of Education sees online learning as a practical solution for that. And as Filipinos, we are obedient, so we keep going. Unfortunately, they believe that education must not be hindered regardless, that schooling must continue despite any surrounding circumstance, and this belief might be influenced by social construct or the traditional way of life. In this case, everyone is included and can join online classes, but not all is privileged enough to keep up with the requirements. That being said, those who are unable to keep up are being marginalized.
Isa sa apekto ng pagpapatupad ng online classes o pagtuturo ng edukasyon ay isang paraan para maturuan ng mga estudyante sa pag-aaral kahit na ito ay malayo. Ang pagpapatupad nitong online classes ay may kaakibat na problema, lalo na sa mga estudyante na nakatira sa ngayon sa kanilang probinsya. Dahil na din sa COVID-19, isa na rito ang nakakakuha ng malaking pinsala sa buhay ang mga estudyanteng nasa probinsya na kailangan ng koneksyon sa internet na magkaroon ng access sa kanilang online classes. At ito ay mga problema na kinakaharap ngayon ng ating lipunan. Pagkakaroon ng mga klase sa online na may malaking epekto sa mag-aaral na nahihirapan, lalo na sa mga estudyanteng nasa probinsya at walang internet connection. Ganon din sa guro.
How do I see the impact of online classes to students residing in the provinces? Sa panahon ngayon, sa paglaganap ng COVID-19, lubha itong nakakahawa at mapanganib. Labis na sinubok ang katatagan ng mamamayan, negosyo, at pati na rin ang edukasyon. Maraming binago ang pandemya. Isa na dito ang paglipat ng pisikal na pag-aaral sa makabagong online classes. Naging matindi ang kinakaharap ng mga estudyante ngayon, lalo na sa mga nasa probinsya. Naging magastos din ito sa kabilang banda, dahil ang mga estudyante ay nangangailangan ng load para makapasok sa online classes. Naging mahirap ito sa kanila dahil hindi nila alam kung saan sila kukuha ng pera. Pero ang ginagawa ng mga estudyante, kagaya ko, ay naghahanap ng trabaho upang masolusyonan ang pandemyang ito at makatapos ng pag-aaral.
For the judge step on the issue, the impact of online learning towards those who are living in the province or in the provincial areas, one of the many main issues is the weak signal strength by network providers. The weak signal strength in the provincial area greatly detriments the learning capabilities of the students, as it is possible that due to this weak signal, they cannot properly access the internet and participate actively in these online classes. As well as mobile data requires payment, online payment for your SIM, and as we all know, it is significantly harder for payments in the rural area than the urban area. And using mobile data for a few hours or so can greatly drain the money used to pay for it. So it again goes into this never-ending cycle of paying and consuming, although the people living in the provincial areas are not fully reaping the benefits of what they're paying for. And this also greatly hampers their learning, as it is not only is it the learning style that they are not used to, it is also a learning style that they do not fully understand, because one can simply talk in front of a camera.
Good day, my name is Mark Roland G. Enciso, assigned a part of AP. Based on my survey to the other students from the different provinces, that the impact of the online classes student residing in the provinces is the impact depends on the aspect. If we are talking about the internet connectivity, most of the time it is fluctuating and it slow the learning process. You will be behind in the discussion, such as the difficulty of internet connection, because you are using cellular data, which I will try to come up with the discussion, because one of time I lose in the Google meeting because it lack of the internet connection. When I come back in the Google Meet, suddenly I have activity, so that behind of this in the discussion, I have delay and misses to the discussion because of the struggle of the internet connection. One thing, the impact for the student in the other provinces is small losses of the connection or just not come up to the learning in the online classes, that the same in the face-to-face classes, because the other student are also lazy to come up the working activity like that, and the other online classes will cause to the student to mental breakdown, because we will not the same state in the life. You can be comfortable with yourself, it's just the internet connection, but there are some of people who struggling to survive the online classes.
We all know that online classes are hard and challenging. In this situation, it is even tougher for students residing in the provinces. Not only that they must face the demand of online classes, but the availability of internet connection in their area is minimal. We have come to this hard situation because of the spread of a deadly virus that resulted into pandemic. The national government had to implement lockdowns, and schools were forced to shift to online class without necessary preparations. With lack of the preparation in hand, the school should consider their student and teachers' profile and capabilities. They should extend their help to the student in the area with minimal internet connection, since online classes requires stable internet connection so the student can attend their class. There are different internet providers that has strong signals in provinces.
Good afternoon. I am Lauren. I am assigned to the reflection about the impact of online classes in some areas of provinces. The impact of online classes in the provinces is, of course, it has a negative impact. Since here nga sa Manila, nagsistruggle tayo sa signal, sa Wi-Fi. Paano pa yung mga tao sa probinsya na mahihina yung signal nila, and naglalak sila ng mga gadgets na ginagamit sa pag-online class. Kung tayo nga na nasa cities, nahihirapan tayo at nawawalan na ng Wi-Fi. Minsan hindi tayo umaabot sa mga deadlines, since ang dami din naman pinapagawa sa atin. What more yung mga tao sa province, diba? And also, online classes is so draining. It may cause some anxieties kasi sobrang daming magkakasabay-sabay na module,